advice for a lot of athletes now coming out who get paid, say, big endorsements, and they seem broke in a couple of years?
Yeah, well, because here's the problem. Once you retire, you don't have that source of income that's coming in, right? So even if you save over a 15-year career, if your spending habits remain the same, eventually that well's going to run dry. Right. So unfortunately for us athletes, the retirement age is 32, 34 if you're lucky, 37 like myself. What comes next? Right. So the question needs to be, what comes next? What can I do? What is my passion? Not where I can create the most value or generate the most revenue, but what is my next passion? When you find that next passion, everything else will make sense. But that's the hardest part for us.
Now, I know that Scopely uses video games. I think video games are actually the hottest part of technology. And the chips that go into video games make it so it's lifelike. This will be what, like NBA 2K for some TV shows that have characters?
It could be.
Absolutely.
Absolutely could be.
Are you getting good at reading balance sheets and income statements?
No, I'm getting better at it, but it is not my strength. Right? So, for example, when Jeff and I sat around and said, okay, we should do this company, his mind automatically went to operations. Yep. Mine went to story, logo, and right. So we just went different ways.
We're a team,
right? Same at the core, which is two different sides of the brain.
I got to ask this: how? Just as a person, I mean, I've idolized you from the days you came out of Lower Merion, okay, from the Aces. How can you be so humble? Honest to God. I mean, listen to what he asked you a question, and you could have said, yeah, I'm getting good at it. But no, you just said, I'm a student.
Yeah.
That's just been your way.
But, I mean, but we have to constantly learn. I mean, that's why our mantra is value growth, because to grow, you have to constantly learn. You have to constantly move, constantly improve. I mean, that's the key. That's what makes life fun, I think.
CEO you admire more than others?
CEO I admire more than others. Well, I work very, very closely with Mark Parker, and Mark has been a great mentor of mine for years. I mean, there's times where I can't sleep, and I'll shoot Mark a text message about, I'm having trouble building this company here. What do you think about this, that, and the other? How did you do it? Right. And he gives me very detailed responses. So, MP for me has been everything.
Does he ever sleep? I've shot him an email to try to get Buck because Shoe Dog's such a great book. He comes back immediately and says, Mo Regent. I mean, that guy's on his game. Yeah,
he's always thinking. He's a thinker. And, what I love doing is cold calling people, getting their book list. What did you read? What did you learn? How did you learn it? Those are the questions.
LeBron's got a new show on our network called Cleveland Hustles.
Yes.
Any advice for him getting into the world of media?
Well, no advice, really. I mean, it sounds like this is something that he loves to do and he's passionate about doing. I mean, that's really the key. If you have the love to do it, you'll be able to handle whatever bumps come your way. So I'm sure it'll be just fine.
Well, is it possible? I mean, when you do bring one of these companies public, do it here, okay? You don't ring the bell again. It's too exciting. We don't get a lot of big guys like this.
We're getting viewers asking, can I get in on a B round? At what point do outside investors have a chance?
Jeff? Yeah, I mean, look, right now, we're investing proudly our money. We want to learn, we want to grow, we want to do it on our dime. At some point, we might raise money. We're not prepared to do that now. For some of these great companies, Jim said it best. Let's get them public, let's get them out there, and then people can buy on the public markets.
When you look at your career, all right, there's a lot of times when you had to carry a team. This seems like the old days, though, when you had the full panoply of guys at the Lakers.
Yeah.
It's not like, because the last few years I thought you had to carry yourself.
But see, that's the beautiful part about business. Right, you're not restricted by salary cap regulations. Right, the roster's not
Careful,
restricted.
we might have to start giving people raises.
You get a chance to work with people that are that think the same way and have the same kind of passion. It makes for a beautiful environment.
Man was a genius. Period. I mean, a lot of y'all don't know this. Y'all probably know he came out of high school, but Kobe damn near got a 1,300 on the SAT. He spoke multiple languages by the time he was 17. He got into Duke academically. Of course, he was the #1 basketball player in his class, 1996, but he would have got into Duke without that. And when you factor in other things that he had done, he could have went to an Ivy League school. You listen to this man talk, this man was a genius. Still crazy as past tense. I'm going to go into what he was talking about here and how it can really help you and help us. And, Kobe Bryant, the gift that keeps on giving.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond.
My name is Dorian from Group82University.com. And right here, we got the late, great Kobe Bryant talking on CNBC, one of my favorite channels, going up there and being who he truly is. Kobe Bryant has a venture capital firm, Bryant Stiebel, with Kobe Bryant and Jeff Stiebel. They're the lead partners. And just like any other VC firm, they invest in companies and help with operational structure and management and all that other business bullshit. But Kobe was a rookie. You listen to what he said? How are you with balance sheets? It's not a strength of mine yet. When companies get brought to me, I immediately went to the marketing, the creative, the logo, while they went to the operation. Anybody that studied Kobe when he first came into the league, he was 17 years old. He had a lot of stuff he had to work on. His legs wasn't strong. His upper body, he could get pushed off of spots. He would get tired easily. His mid-range jumper was cool, but he wasn't a great three-point shooter. He was a great leaper, but he wasn't a great finisher at the basket like he became. Kobe Bryant, arguably to me, him or LeBron, are the two smartest basketball players of all time. To see his improvement from 17-year-old Kobe in 1996 to who he became in 2016, that entire 20-year career with the Lakers, I don't think anybody has improved that much. Kobe Bryant didn't start as a rookie. He came off the bench. He was backing up all-stars. He became one of the greatest players of all time because he strategically worked on his weaknesses. He knew what they were, and he kept getting after it. He studied the game. He was doing the same thing in business. This man was a rookie in business. The man was a rookie in animation. He was a rookie in venture capitalist. But look at the shit he was doing and how many moving parts he had. That's why it's so crazy that he got taken away. We have never in our lives seen someone go from a teenager to this grown man and not be the star prodigy as a teenager, because he was good, but he wasn't like LeBron when LeBron came into the NBA, to become one of the greatest ever and then restart their career something else where we were going to get to see it again. This man was a lifelong student. He's cold calling people and asking them what's their book list. Y'all always ask me what my book list is. In the link in the bio, you scroll all the way down, you go to my Amazon store, you can get my book list right there. Buy it. I get money off of that shit. Go click that right now. And while you watch this video, hit like, hit share, helps the algorithm, and goddamn it, click them TubeBuddy links. You gotta be a lifelong student. You gotta understand what your weaknesses are. But for you to do that, you gotta understand that you're gonna be vulnerable. You can't think you know everything. You can't think that you're this person that can't make any mistakes. A lot of y'all are so insecure that you don't even wanna be exposed to yourself. You don't wanna admit to yourself that you're dumb. Some of y'all don't know what venture capitalist is. You don't know what a VC firm does. I'm talking about all this shit, and I could be speaking fucking Mandarin. You know what you need to do? You need to go look that shit up right now. You got a phone that'll tell you. You can ask the woman on the phone who I don't want to activate right now. What is a venture capitalist firm? What do they do? Information has never been easier. This is how I know all this shit. Y'all think I was born with this shit? Y'all think I was born with all this knowledge? Y'all think I was born with this ability to execute? This is from trial and error, from me being vulnerable and admitting what I knew and what I didn't know. And once you start doing that, you start accumulating so much knowledge, it's compound interest. Like my Kobe Bryant video I posted the other day, where he was talking about his training routine. It was compound interest. That's how the gap between him and everybody else became so significant. He worked on his weaknesses consistently. My knowledge about social media, about the music business, about entrepreneurship, about marketing, about sales, I've been reading about this shit for years. So the gap is significant between me and my competition. You can do the exact same shit. This is proven to work. Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest Americans of all time, did it. You see me, I'm in the flesh, I'm doing it. Why aren't you applying the exact same thing? Y'all keep trying to reinvent the goddamn wheel. Cut it out. Everybody's already done the work for you. All you gotta do is mimic it for your industry. Vanessa, I see everything you doing. I can't watch too much of what y'all do because the shit gets me teared up. But I see everything you doing. You pushing for that man's legacy and you pushing for Gigi's legacy. Continue to do that. Continue to be the beacon of entrepreneurial light that Kobe was going to be, because we need that shit. Y'all keep paying attention. We keep supporting this shit. You know, I gotta end the video because, you know, I'm out the pond. Y'all stay true.
Here we go again, steady arguing. I swear to God, girl, I need this to end. I'm out here on the road, doing 100 shows, and every cent I make, I'm sending back home.
Group82music.com.